Ooh. All right. Hope everybody's doing good today. It's Friday. Hope y'all it's time to start getting back in the gym. And if y'all haven't been in the gym lately, it's coming up on that time of year where it's gonna start getting busy in there. You're gonna want to get your body together and stuff like that. So let's make sure we do the right things. But today's video is about letting you know that you're never going to reach to having a perfect body. All right. So you'll never be perfect. Let's get that out the way now. Let me give people a couple more minutes to get up in here and get started.
A car that's a 2016 model or newer that keeps giving you problems? Are you me? That keeps giving you problems? Are you me?
All right, let's go. So today's video will never be perfect. Okay. And a lot of us have this idea that we're going to be perfect and we're going to be these, we're going to have the perfect physique, have the perfect body and all this other stuff. When we start working out, we go towards that, having this idea of what is perfect, what's that mean to us. And I think this goes back to even before our generation. People have been talking about this perfect physique forever. You know what I'm saying? And what ends up happening is you start to chase this unreasonable, whimsical fairy tale that you have in your mind. And I'm not saying that you're not supposed to, because it's okay to, but the problem is that you have to know that there are different factors when it comes to ideal and this perfect body and trying to be perfect, whatever like that in your physique, because there's so many different things that go into it: muscle imbalances, time, seasons, whatever you're doing, your availability to work out, all that stuff plays a role into having this perfect shape. And the world is so shaky. Things happen, real life happens, and even if you just stick to your disciplines all the time, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to automatically get to this perfect frame that you want to have in your body. And so stuff happens, life hits you, you get kids, your jobs change, you know what I'm saying, just life fluctuates, and so your body is going to have to fluctuate as well. But I'm going to give you some top things to remember about this perfect body, so that you kind of have an idea of what to actually chase and what you can do, versus maybe where your mind was at when it came to thinking about, I'm trying to make sure I need to look like this, I got to be like this, I wish I could do this, and so we'll break it down a little bit more. All right, so the first thing is, everybody has their own idea of a perfect body, right? Everybody has their own idea. It's just like when it comes to anything, just like, within yourself, what you would want to look like if the world was up to you. If you can go into a store and say, okay, give me that one, what you would pick. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you would do if you could consider yourself perfect or had a perfect body, or you wanted to present it, even if you were getting on stage or something like that, if you wanted to have the perfect frame, what you would want to look like. And that's on you. It's not going to be my version. It's not going to be somebody else's version. Like, your own version is going to be your own version. You might want to have a different shape than I want to look. You might want to weigh more weight than I want to weigh, or the different height or whatever. All of that stuff comes into play, right? So what your ideal dream body is and what your perfect shape is, okay? And it's okay. Now, I don't want you to be realistic about this. And here's the thing where everybody's like, you know what, you need to just be realistic and just do what your body is capable of doing. I don't necessarily believe in that. All right. I don't believe in just being realistic when it comes to, having a dream body or trying to become perfect. My idea is shoot for the moon, land on the mountain. Right. So if you're shooting for this perfect frame and you land somewhere close to it, and you still landed on the mountain, you don't land stars. Even if you land on a mountain, you still did a good job, and you're gonna be looking back on everybody else who's beneath that mountain. And you're gonna say, "Oh wow, yeah, I look, way better than y'all, but I've been trying to shoot for the moon." So the thing is, like, you have to chase perfection and then land on what it falls on, but appreciate where it fell on. Don't think that because you're not here, then you're not still better than being down here where you were when you first started off. Okay. Second thing is, great physiques are seasonal. All right, they don't last that long. You're not in shape for that long. You're not going to be in shape for long stints of time, and it's very hard to maintain having a perfect body. And even if you know when your body does meet that perfect shape or whatever like that, very hard to maintain. Okay, a great physique is definitely seasonal. So what that means is different stages for different times of our lives. So you may be in a certain time in your life where you can afford to eat a certain way. And now because you've been eating a certain way and you've been able to, maybe you have the flexibility and the freedom to work out a certain way, you're able to chase this dream body. But let's say that, you look great at the time and you've been working out a certain way, but your workout program wasn't as perfectly suited for you at that time, even though you had the other stuff. Let's not say your workout program, maybe your diet wasn't suited for you, maybe your workout program wasn't suited for you at the time you were lifting heavy. And so at the time you had all this, you had the money to buy your food, you had the money, you had the time to go to the gym, everything was right there. You weren't stressing about anything. But let's say you were just doing the wrong workouts for what you wanted to look like. And so, yeah, at that time you had your dream body and you had your ideal body, but maybe, you didn't really know what it was to even get to your dream body. So you looked great back then because you were doing everything right. You were doing everything else, but you know that you didn't have all the right tools. And sometimes you don't know how to find the right tools. And so what you start doing is trying different stuff, testing around, seeing what's going to work. And that takes time. And so, let's say another year comes around and now you don't have the availability to go to the gym, but you got the money to eat your food and have your food discipline, and you got a good workout plan now, but you don't have the availability to work out as much. So now your workouts take a toll and you're doing what you can, but you really can't get the same shape. And so then something else comes along. So you can always be doing 2 out of 3 things or 3 out of 5 things or something like that. But every once in a blue moon, that body comes together and it's like, oh, look at that. Like, that looks wonderful. That's the one. That's what I was trying to get at, And so the thing is, but you get seasons. And even like with me, like a lot of guys who you guys see on different channels. Oh, let me turn it off. My weak timer. Hold on a second. Anytime you guys see guys on different channels and stuff and your favorite influencers, a lot of those dudes, they don't look like that all year round. And you hear about this and it's like, how can you look like that every single day, 24/7, And they can't, what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they can use certain things to enhance them and make them stay that hard all year long. Like, you mean you're hard all the time and you weigh that same amount all the time and you got abs all the time? Like, what I'm saying? Like, you don't never fall off. You just always look great, vascular and everything. Like, that's tough to do. Even if you can keep that shape, your weight will at least fluctuate a little bit. You might go from, 180, 190, 180, 190 like that, but still have a great shape, but it fluctuates. Okay. And so, it just depends. And then sometimes depending on how old you are, like at certain ages in your life, your body may be more cooperative or less cooperative. I remember when I was younger and I was working out, I couldn't get vascular and I couldn't get like grainy, you know what I'm saying? And like for whatever reason now, it's very easy to get grainy and vascular, but putting the size back on is hard. And so I got the size, but I don't have I have the vascularity and the graininess now, but I don't have the size that I once had. And so for me, the goal is to put it all together. Now I got the shape that I want. I have the maturity, I guess you could say, if you want to call it that. But as well as I just don't have the size. So now I got to put the size back on. If I can put the 3 together, then I'll be perfect, right? In my mind. But who knows how long it's going to take? Who knows if it's even going to happen? So you kind of you got to get what you get during that time of your life. And then you just hold on to that. Hopefully you take a bunch of pictures or something like that, that way you can come back to it as a reference. But you'll see pictures of people from years ago and then they're using that picture of something. And then it's not even an accurate, measurement of where they are because you can't maintain that all the time. Just like a boxer getting ready for a show or getting ready for a fight, he has to make weight. You get on stage and yeah, he does his front double bicep and he's shredded, nasty lean. But then right after that, he goes and drinks some water and it's all gone. So like you could eat a meal later on in the day and lose that ideal physique that you had first thing in the morning, So it just, you got to be kind of careful what you're calling, perfect, or thinking that you're going to be perfect one day, because it's so elusive that even if you do catch it, you might have your clothes on and not even realize that at that moment, this is the best you ever looked. You know what I'm saying? So it's just very hard to tell. All right. Now the third thing is, just because you'll never be perfect, and this is just to reiterate my first point from earlier, still try. Okay, just because you won't be perfect, still try. I still think that you should shoot for having the perfect shape for whatever it is that you want to achieve. Don't become stuck in the way of saying, "Oh, well, I'll never get that, so I just won't go that hard because I could never." No, do what you think. Like if you don't put yourself in a barrier based on the unknown. If you don't know, act like a little kid and just say, okay, well, I'm gonna just do whatever. Now, don't do wild exercises that are no use for you and going to get you injured and stuff like that. But don't have limits when it comes into thinking about what you can achieve. Just assume that you can achieve greatness anyway, and assume you can achieve that perfect body. And somewhere along the line, you're going to land on something wonderful, right? The second thing is, take time and run your own race, because it takes a while to really get all the key pieces aligned at the same time. It's very hard to get everything aligned at the same time. Your life is in order. You got your eating in order, your lifestyle's in order, your disciplines in order, your workouts are in order. Like your body's responding to your workouts at the same time. All that stuff is just working for you and flowing for you. It's very hard to catch that mode. Like it's very hard to catch that. So don't think that you're always going to have it. Every once in a while, you'll get it, but take your time, because you'll see the journey and the transition along the way of what you are looking like, and you'll start realizing that you don't have to rush to get to where you thought you were going to get to. You'll see glimpses of greatness along the way in different seasons. You'll be able to look back and say, "Oh yeah, remember back then I looked great. I look good here too. Oh, back here I look good too. I look good then." So just take your pictures and make sure you're doing things with this perfect body that you want anyway. So make sure you're actually putting it to work and going outside and showing it off, but have a reason to. And so but just know that it's on your own time. Don't try to chase somebody else, and because you see the new vibe is, oh, everybody looks like classic physique guys now. Now I need to get big and look like classic physique. Or everybody looks like men's physique now. Now I need to change up everything and start switching up my workouts to look like this. Everybody looks like this, and I need to change my workouts up. Like, try not to do that and chase different, areas, because then you'll lose sight of what it was that you were chasing in the first place. And like I said first, what you think is your perfect physique. So when you start looking around and seeing what everybody else is doing, oh, let me go try this. Let me go work out them. Let me go work out them. You lose sight of your one track mind, and now you're not on your path anymore. So stay on your own journey when it comes to that, right? It's your own race. All right. The next thing is and this is short, but just know you're not going to be naked that much anyway. And so the real goal is to look good with your clothes on. And so if you have an outfit, or you know what you want to look like when you're dressed up, that's mainly what's important. As far as taking your clothes off, yeah, you could look like a phenom. That's fine. But how often are you going to be walking around with your shirt off or your pants off, or wearing tight clothes, or whatever the case is? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a woman watching this and you want to look a certain way, yeah, okay. you can you want to dress for a certain outfit. But guys, still, them too, they may not even be dressing for a certain outfit, and underneath all the clothes they have this insecurity about, well, I don't look perfect, so I'm dressing to cover up what I don't have. But you have to think about how you even want to dress in the first place. And so if you work out for how you want to dress, then that's your perfect body. You know what I'm saying? Like, your perfect body is how you look naked as well as with your clothes on. And to break this down some more, I had a prime example, right? Me and a couple of my friends, we were working out, and our bodies responded differently to the workouts we were doing. My friend, he was getting big up top, right? Legs weren't responding down low to the workouts. Similar to me, like, I was filling out, but I was looking less athletic and more bodybuilderish. More like, if I put on a suit, it just looked like a big dude stuffed in a suit. Not real streamlined, athletic, like like it was tailored anymore. And I started realizing, okay, your shape starts looking different. Yeah, you look good with your clothes off, but you can only wear certain things. And so it's like, well, what's the point of that? Now I got to dress a certain way because I can only wear certain things, or you got to get it tailored a certain way. Now, of course, times have changed and they make clothes for everybody now, right? So you can find stuff that fits any bodybuilder type or whatever the case is now. But keep that in mind. Do you want to have that look where your upper body is huge and your legs haven't caught up yet because or caught up yet because you know what I'm saying, they're just not responding? So maybe you got to slow down on your up top and put in more work on your lower body just so that you can have that shape. And then the other thing about having that perfect shape is a lot of y'all, and I hate to say this, but a lot of y'all be lying to yourselves. Like a lot of people are liars, you know, and they don't really want to face the truth of what is really in front of them. Like, and so you got to be serious about what it is that you are and where you're at and what you think you look like. Because if you're one of those people that's always in denial, like, oh no, I look better than, you know, I look like this, I look like this, y'all don't believe me, I look like, and you really don't look as good as you think you look, that's a problem. You know, it's a problem when it comes to wanting to improve. Not a problem in having self-esteem or being like delirious in your own, like, you know, having your own delusion of what you think is wonderful. Yeah, that's your perfect body still, but then there's no room for improvement because you already think that you're the best thing smoking. And that's not right. So just scale back, stop lying to yourself, find some flaws in yourself and say, okay, here are going to be my improvements. And these are the areas that I'm going to start trying to chase to make myself look perfect, you know? And so, but you got to be honest with yourself. And then the next thing is, and this is my last thing, just to remember, catching that perfect shape, if you ever catch it, it's very elusive and it's hard to last long. And so what I want y'all to remember is figure out a workout style or some type of, you know, long-term style of working out that you can do forever, that's going to be timeless and that's going to be able to sustain the test of whatever you go through. You can travel with it, you can do certain things with it, you never get burnt out from it, you'll be able to maintain it forever. Find something that you'll be able to maintain, a sustainable workout that'll last you for a long time, that builds the physique that you like. Don't build a workout based on, you know, cycling, and then you cycled for 6 months and you look great cycling, but now you don't cycle anymore, so now you can never get that body back. Find something that you can do forever and build a great body with that thing, with that workout style, versus something that, you know, again, like I said, doing a trendy workout, getting a great body here, and then losing it as soon as you stop doing that thing, or as soon as, you know, your job changes or something else changes, now you can't work out the same way and have that same physique that you used to have, but it was only contingent on doing that rare workout thing that you don't have the availability to do anymore. So if you still want to mix in some of that stuff and mix in something else, yeah, that's fine, but find something that you can do that's baseline, across the board, standard case scenario. I'm always going to be doing this and I'm always going to look like this as a result of it, you know, that you can be fine with and that you can be passionate about and that you can be consistent with forever. Okay. Anyway, I hope you guys learned something today. I hope y'all like that video. That's my 2 cents on this video on if you'll ever be perfect. I see I didn't have many comments and stuff like that in the chat, so that's cool because I got stuff to do today. I'm about to go fix my Mustang anyway. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you next time. Please leave your comments in the chat below, and any questions that you have or any requests for new videos that you want me to have, please send to me or DM me on Instagram at Get Fit with KB. I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the alert button, and I'll see y'all later. Thanks for watching.